Okay, yeah, greetings guys, and there was an issue I've noticed with OBS and updating Windows, that it seems like it resets the settings, the audio settings and everything, so it defaulted to not selected, so that's why you're not getting any sound at all. The mic, the game sound, I wish at least it got the game sound. So I'm just gonna have to comment on this as it's playing a little bit. I don't remember exactly, it's not going to be exactly what I said, but just kind of do voiceover. I talk a bit about, yeah, of course, you see I'm showcasing the fireball. I'm really sorry about this. I should be more careful with that and check it every time there's an update, and check my OBS for that, and watch them through this. It's still not working right, like the audio, but I'm looking at it and it looks like it's showing that it has the Yeti mic on, and it should be okay. I talk a bit about the Amber verse Depp thing that's going on in the court. Again, I just kind of briefly put my 2 cents, and I talked about how now people are making fun of her by putting stuff on TikTok and YouTube where they're imitating her, Amber Heard, and just making fun of her facial expressions when she's in the court. Oh, and something I didn't mention in the video was that they even try to find, the thumbnails that are try to capture the footage and use it as a thumbnail, some on purpose to find some unflattering scenes of her, unflattering poses of her, and use it as a thumbnail, and that's just horrific. They shouldn't do something like that. And yeah, of course, Amber Heard may be in the wrong, but there's really no need to do all this kind of stuff about, to her and put her through all this. And like we don't want her to like kill herself or commit suicide. I mean, look what happened to people like Robin Williams or Brittany Murphy. Who knows? There's not saying they were made fun of, but just saying that sometimes the pressure can be too much and it can cause this kind of problem. So I think people need to kind of be careful with that and not kind of lay off her. I feel very bad for her, and I feel that I feel that she shouldn't lose her job as in Aquaman 2. She's very much in danger to that, and I think even she's going to lose it because someone put a petition out, and there's 3 million signatures on there to kick her out of that. And I forgot her character name, but she has hydrokinesis, and I thought she was a very badass character, and I just feel they should just keep her around. There's no need to get rid of her. It's just so sad. To be quite honest, now I can't even remember what else I was talking about. Just other rantings, not rantings really, just my 2 cents about things. I poked fun at the DC stuff that's on the CW and how terrible that shit is. I'm very happy to hear that Legends of Tomorrow is canceled now, so and I don't care that there's not going to be any conclusion. Who gives a crap about that? Batwoman is gone. I also talked about, I think part of the problem with that, I'm looking forward to Flash being gone now and Supergirl's gone. They said that I saw like a YouTube video where they said in an article that Batwoman, was it Batwoman? I think it was Batwoman. That was the first one where it was canceled, not by their own accord. It was actually canceled and didn't end. But I feel as if those other ones ended because it's pretty much going to be canceled anyways, so that's why they may as well end it to make it seem like it's not going to get canceled anyways, because it just got so terrible, and that's why they wanted to quit. Because, I mean, you can just see it, the writing is shit, and to be quite honest, even at the beginning, it wasn't even all that great to begin with. So, the only one I would say is Arrow. You know, the first maybe few seasons were actually pretty decent, pretty good. The first season, I guess, was pretty good. But, you know, the problem is when you start bringing in more people into the fold, that's where, you know, there's going to be problems. You know, it's too many people. Whereas, like, certain shows like, and I brought up Legend of the Seeker, or even, like, shows like Stargirl, if it's meant to be, like, a group of people, then that's okay. Then they become, like, you know, regulars right off, and even that, it's not too much. Let's take Legend of the Seeker, for example. There's 3 main cast members, you know, there's and it upgraded to 4, you know, in the second season, which is not bad at all. And she got introduced at the end of season 1. She was a Mord Sith. Her name was Kara. But you have Kaylin, the Mother Confessor. You have, and she's played by Bridget Regan, and you can also see her as Pamela, which is original Poison Ivy in Batwoman. So, yeah, I thought I kind of recognized her. And we have Bruce Spence as the Wizard of the First Order. He's Zedicus, or Zed. And then you have, I think his name is Craig Horner. He is the Seeker, Richard Cypher. Richard Cypher. He's the Seeker. And then, of course, you have Kara, which I forgot what her real name was. But it's okay to have semi-regulars. So, like, that's what I think they should do. Like, with Supernatural, you know, you have Donna Mills, you have Donna Hansham and Jodie Mills. They're semi-regulars, you know. Bobby Singer, you know, they're semi-regulars, so you don't have them all the time. It's focused mostly on the Winchester boys, you know, so it's something like that. So I feel that that's where they went wrong. And then also the whole format of 22 episodes, that's the old format. They should change it to just 10 to 13 episodes, maybe even sometimes 16 if you really have a story to tell. Now, Legend of the Seeker had 22 episodes for each season, and what's great about that is each season ended, it concluded. You know, it actually had a conclusion, no cliffhangers. That was great, so that's why, you know, even though it only got 2 seasons, I'm sure it would have gotten a third. I think for something like Legend of the Seeker, having a third season would have been great to have, you know. I feel like maybe, you know, if something either should have just 3 seasons, if not then 5, 3 and 5, you know. But they got lucky with Legend of the Seeker, you know, having 22 episodes, and each episode was meaningful. It didn't really have a filler, I feel, you know. So as long as you do it right, and that's pretty much one of the last and only ones I think that has that kind of format. But then again, I don't know. You have something like actually maybe they're still doing it, and I feel that should change. But I think like The Rookie isn't that 20 episodes or so. But I don't know, when it's like a shit show like the DC, you know, DC shit on CW, I think there's only so much you can do with that they should limit that to like maybe 13 episodes like Stargirl. Well, anyways, as you can see, we're going off now on the Bardic Adventures. And here what I'm going to do is the shield disappeared, and I guess it just went back on him because I didn't officially take it off of the corpse of that restless Draugr, and I just dragged it. That's why it was moving so slowly in the last episode, because it was dragging the shield as if I was dragging his corpse. So I took the shield and I'm going to drop it, and I think I have a little problem here. Yeah, I'm very sorry about this. This is shit. This, you know, there's no sound, and this, God. Yeah, I'm gonna drop it, and then I'm gonna drag it on the pressure plate, because I figured, you know, if it's constantly having a weight pressed down on it, then the trap can't be set off again. You know, and yeah, and I pick it up and then I go to drop it again. I feel like I'm doing like double the work now. You know, I could be recording like another session, you know, but it's okay. It's fine. I think I'll drink the rest of my, should I drink the rest of this? Yeah, my Fireball whiskey. I have it here. So what I did was I poured the Fireball whiskey into my coffee that I got from Panera. And I have some left over, and that's what I'm going to drink all of it. Okay, and it's done. You know, I might be silent for some of this, you know. I do like how the Draugr's eyes glow in the dark. You see that? I guess what is kind of nice is by doing this, I can notice more details that maybe I would not have paid attention to, you know, because I'm so caught in the moment of combat or whatever, you know, that, you know, such as the glowing of the eyes. I've known that there's some glowing eyes, but I didn't really, wasn't completely focused on it, you know. I didn't, nothing for me to point out, you know, in the moment of combat. But now, you know, when you can really see it, and I think that's a really nice touch, so I like that. I think I pick up maybe a few more of the linen later on in this, but then I realize that I have too much already, that I don't need so much linen because I can craft it, and I think the linen is used for, you know, when you're making tents or sleeping bags or something like that, so that's why I did it. This is probably like what, you know, when they do commentary on a Blu-ray or a DVD, you know, what people do, right? They watch the whole friggin' movie and then they'll commentate on it. Yeah, it's a good thing I went in and I checked this, you know. And, I'm running this on my new computer now, you know, on my new upgraded computer, new CPU and new video card and 2 new hard drives, and I already have 32 gigabytes of RAM. I upgraded to a Ryzen 5600 6-core. I think I may have brought this up at one point already, but maybe the last video or something. But and for my video card, it is NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060. So everything is on ultra high graphics, and the draw distance and everything is all far and everything, and it just still moves smooth like cutting through butter with a hot knife, you know, kind of thing. It's just very smooth, and I love that. So I do look forward to, you know, when it becomes cheaper. Yeah, I'm doing some more bardic songs, yeah, to buff up my people. I look forward to getting Elden Ring, you know. I could play now, I mean, I was already playing it. I think I have a first impressions video or started a let's play of it, of Cyberpunk 2044. But then, of course, you know, it was still buggy graphically, and just bugs in the game, and it didn't look so good. I didn't have the settings. Now everything is completely ultra high, you know, highest setting as possible, and ray tracing and everything, and it's smooth, you know, incredible. Hold on there, okay, Chubbs? I'm just I'm recording real quick, okay, Chubbo? My brother, you know. Maybe we're gonna watch something. He's not Chubbo. He's not really a Chubbo. He's not fat or nothing. We just, ever since we were kids, you know, we have nicknames for each other. You know, we just say, hey Chubbo, or hey Fatty, or hey Fatso. You know, it's just hard to explain, but just picture things like, you know, like Muppets or Sesame Street, you know, all these, you know, Cookie Monster, like, whoa, you know, we're always like that, and still are. Let me just say that. I know. So in case you're wondering why we call each other that. I call my mama Fat Mama, you know, hey, oh, hey, Chubbo, hey, Fat Mama. She's not fat, but, you know, it's just, you know, like a teddy bear or something, like a, you know. Anyways, yeah. So it's in case, you know, you're wondering when you hear stuff like that. Okay, I'm trying to figure out the puzzle, and I thought that pressure plate, I thought there was a puzzle to solve to open those doors, but it was for the gate behind me, or the bridge, and that door you can already open. So, and the secret to opening that door is actually behind, to bring down the gate, you know, to solve that puzzle, is actually behind that door. Something I noticed, I don't like how recorders' boots, they look like they're torn when it goes over her legs. I don't like that. Oh, okay, yes, I'm going back. Because I'm thinking that there's like maybe a clue over here to solve that puzzle. But it was actually behind that door, and then I will realize that I could open that door. But yeah, if you look at recorders, I think they're just their boots or pantyhose, or I think maybe they're boots. They look kind of shredded a bit, and I guess you can look at it like it's a style or something, and I guess it's okay. And there's a jogger, yep. Yeah, it's just so badass. I love that Aerodol. She's really badass. I love mages, you know. And it's much needed for me to have all these people and these kind of different character classes in my entourage, since, you know, being a bard, even though I can kind of fight, although not well, I feel like my main role, my main purpose in the party is to buff and to heal, you know, and maybe cause distraction every so often. But, you know, I'm a bard after all. If you've seen, and by the way, in Lord of the Rings, they're called minstrels. But if you've seen the Gamers, Darkness Rising, put out by Dead Gentleman Productions, there's a guy, I forgot his name, his character name, that is. But he played as a bard, and he just kind of poked fun at how, you know, and exaggerated, of course, how absolutely useless a bard is in a party. You know, he'll be playing his lute, and you know, the party members, you know, like one of them, I think it was the paladin, although the paladin was an NPC, but of course he's being controlled by the DM. Says, "Dash it all, man, help us!" And then the bard, you know, he's playing his lute and goes, "I am," you know, as he's playing his lute. And I guess what it's doing, it's either just buffing them or something, but they're just not feeling it. And then he would die every time, you know, and then something would happen, like an arrow would hit him, or he'll get struck in the back with a, you know, with a sword, and it would just kill him. but they have in their possession a staff of reviving, so they can resurrect anyone who falls. And he was the only one they would have to use that on, you know. So I mean, I believe he probably got revived at least maybe 20-25 times. He died so much. But the Bard it's a really cool class, and I personally absolutely love the Bard. It's the class I'm most anticipating for Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm hoping that might be the next one that they come out in this what do they call it, early access of it, you know. I think I heard that it's still yet about another year, so, well, maybe not a full year, but at least in 2023 at some point, maybe early mid 2023, when Baldur's Gate 3 will get out of early access and be pretty much completed, and hopefully a lot less buggy than I guess most games that don't do early access, you know. But when it will finally, you know, come out and you don't have to keep restarting your character, or rather, yeah, well, you know, restarting the whole game from scratch, because the older saves will be incompatible with the update. I'm getting so sick of doing that, you know, having to always start from the beginning. I want like the final product now, you know. Oh yeah, and I just got shot with an arrow and I went flying and oh no, I did not get shot with an arrow. I stepped on the trap, that's what it was, and it knocked me into the wall, and I went flying and knocked me into the wall. Yeah, and here I couldn't stop this restless jogger from twitching. Yeah, I think last episode I remembered, because I think at some point I realized what it was, that Spell Song of the Undead, and I realized again that Spell Song of the Undead, it doesn't do damage to the undead, but I believe it's just turn undead, so it just causes them to kind of, you know, become afraid of you and flee, you know, flee from you. And it was the Spell Song of Rejection that does damage. And there's my Fuss. I actually have Fuss Raw, but not the Da yet. Yup, and one of them, I think it was Bree and Chloe, and I think it's Chloe who's the healer, and I think she's healing us. And I heal as well, so it's almost like, you know, but it's kind of good to have her as a healer, and in a way her heals are better, I feel, and just because she can let hers off quickly, and mine I have to kind of play the song, so I'm almost like a secondary heal, I feel, but I'm like a primary buffer, and a secondary, maybe even a third damage dealer, you know, with my spells. And I try to attack things with my sword, but got the detail in this. Look at that. Now that I put everything on high, just look at the detail on the torch, the sword, and then the walls, the moss and everything. It's beautiful. Look at that. If you guys recall what the game looked like before, you know, not having these texture repack mods that I put on here, it doesn't look like this. This looks so good. Can't believe it. This is I feel like for when Anniversary Edition, which is still the regular Special Edition, Anniversary Edition, meaning that it just unlocks all of the Creation Club stuff for you, but I feel they should have taken it a step further, worked with these mod authors who put out these fantastic mods to upscale or upgrade the resolution and the detail, and, you know, put everything in HD, the graphics. They should have all worked together, and this is what they should have done as the default of the game without the need to use mods to make the game look like this for Anniversary Edition. But I just feel they should have done that in addition to unlocking, what they have so far out of the Creation Club. But of course, that might, well, I guess in a way you might think that maybe it's asking a bit too much from them, but it's really not going to be too much of an effort on their part. We can just integrate it into the default of the game. That's how I feel with Anniversary Edition. And anyone maybe transferring their old save from Special Edition shouldn't give them so much of a problem, because it's just the same as if you start a game without those upgraded those texture retexture packs, and then you get out of the game and then you put them on and you get on the game, it's just going to load it in with the textures. So I'm not asking for them to put the added quests, or see, this is where there's a problem here. See, I'm sealed off, I'm cut off from the rest of my group, and I try to do my best to survive this, but I end up dying, and I managed to take a few people through the gate. But yeah, I'm not asking for them to add user mod user created expansion contents or whatever, DLC kind of contents, or adding new worlds or anything like that, new areas, new quests. I'm not asking for that. Just at the very least, just the texture repacks to upscale the graphics like what we see now. And if they even want, but actually it's not necessary, is use the sounds of Skyrim, but then that can go on as a mod, that's no problem. Just, I think the graphics just should be like this default for Anniversary Edition. I'm just doing this fucking thing, this commentary thing is taking a lot out of me, Oh yeah, I discover I have brown rot. But I don't have a cure disease potion. And I think I go through my song list, and I don't have a spell song to cure that. I think I tried doing the restoration, Song of Restoration, but it only heals and does not cure you of any disease. Yeah, I think you can see on the right of Eridal, they're sisters, Bree and Chloe. They're sisters. I don't know if they're twins, but they are sisters. Or maybe they are twins, but not identical. When one went the way of the warrior, the other one went the way of the mage. Or I guess specifically the way of the healer. Yeah, see, look at Recorder's boots. Yeah, they're torn up. It's too bad. So maybe I could find some alternate boots or something for her. There we go. I think we're actually coming close to the conclusion of this. There came a point, because I had to eat dinner, and I thought I was going to end it, but I just, there's more skeletons and Draugr were popping out of the sarcophagus, that I just kind of killed them all off and decided to just save it and then end it after I believe it was all done. There is a final boss here. I feel like watching something actually when I'm done doing this thing and uploading it. And feel like I'm gonna put something on to watch. So, I'm not sure if I even mentioned it, but you can see it in the title. This is part 2 of this, going through this this Barrow. Part 3 should, it's not even going to be a part 3, I think. I'm almost sure there's not much left to it. I'm pretty much at the end. You know, so the video after this, I guess it's just me looting and getting out of here. I even brought up that I've done this a long time ago, but I know I at the very least started this, but if I went through all this like this and got the claw, I don't remember it because it would have been that long. And you know, I've beaten the game maybe 2 or 3 times, but each playthrough for me is different. I don't always do the same quests, you know, and I may have only done this one time. I know that maybe another reason why I don't remember it is maybe that all I did was just that initial part in the upper area where I uncovered how this was all a ruse, and it was that guy who went crazy and posed as the spirit of this Barrow, you know, pretended to be that. And I never took it any further, or never got back to it, and that could be the reason why I'm not remembering it. Otherwise, if I did go through it like I'm doing now, I don't remember because it's been so long and did it only one time, so I'm just not sure. Fuck, let's just get to the end of this, please. There's still a boss. It's very close now. I just don't want to sit here and just fucking comment on all this. But this way, I think it's at least better than if I was to just upload it without any sound. And what the fuck am I gonna do? I'm gonna load back my, I don't think I even can, because I think I've been using the quick save. But if I was to find like a save a little far back and what, just retrace my steps and do this over again, you know, this is all like a first take, you know, a first thing. I don't, unless something causes me to have to recreate it, and if it's hopefully not even that big, maybe something like within the first 5-10 minutes, then maybe it's okay, but not a whole episode, I think. And well, I might have even done it like once or twice where I redid it and tried to retrace my steps, but I didn't feel right about it, you know. I just and I'm not too sure why. I think maybe the recording was just bad, or it became really choppy, moving frame by frame. But that was, of course, on my old PC, even before I got the RTX 2060. It might have even just been the 1060 or 1040 or something like that when there was that issue. But now I don't have that issue at all, you know, with, you know, using the RTX 3060 and with the 5600 6 core. Yeah, and that's the, I decided to take it. That's from that overlord, the boss. I decided to take it because I can just disenchant it. And, you know, it's good to kind of get that up there, I guess. Oh, I think yeah, we're getting near the end of it.